To Dr. Yatin Mehta, Chairman, Medanta Institute of Critical Care, who's with us. Dr. Mehta, thank you once again for giving us your valuable time. 40,000 breakthrough infections now in Kerala, which has already been a cause of concern, given how almost half of India's COVID cases currently are coming from that state. But now with this additional information that we actually have 40,000 breakthrough infections, that is people who have already been vaccinated being infected with COVID-19. Do you believe that this is a new source of worry now that samples are being sent for genome sequencing?
No, see, Kerala is worrying because 50% of the cases are being contributed by Kerala. Kerala's R value is also higher than the national average. It is, I think, 1.12. That means it spreads more to more number of people. Kerala has 30% diabetic patients, and a significant population is elderly populations who are more vulnerable to the disease itself. So these breakthrough infections are worrying, and they have, I think, the density of population probably in Kerala may be one of the highest in the country, state-wise. So these are the factors, and as you said, 80% are in the Kerala study. NCDC found 80% Delta variant. It is again more infective, and maybe responsible for more spread of the disease.
But breakthrough cases don't mean that vaccines are not working.
Absolutely correct. ICMR study has recently come out, which has shown that although about 10% fall in efficacy in breakthrough infection, but still most of the patients are protected against severe disease. So they will not require, most of them will not require hospitalization or intensive care admissions, and mortality significantly less.
But in your opinion, do you think it is this Delta variant that has already raged through India and is now being reported from large parts of the world? Is it still the Delta variant that is driving more of these breakthrough infections? The US has flagged it as, in a sense, being responsible for many reinfections also. Do you think that is the same case in Kerala? Or, are we actually looking at the possibility of some other variant that hasn't actually been talked about yet?
See, in my opinion, every breakthrough infection should have a genome sequencing.
Right.
That's the only way we will be able to pinpoint what is the cause of those breakthrough infections and how is it spreading. So 100% genome sequencing should be done in breakthrough infections. They are a matter of concern because healthcare workers are also affected. 6 of my classmates have died after second vaccination. So breakthrough infection is a matter of concern, and we need to investigate every case which is a breakthrough infection.
But would you say, largely speaking at least, that breakthrough infections cause mild to moderate symptoms, particularly in those who are double vaccinated? Or is there no hard and fast rule?
They do. So I think one should not panic regarding breakthrough infections. Yes, the government needs to do its job, but people need to do their job. That means you must get yourself vaccinated. If you take a second shot, you are likely to be protected against severity of the disease, and still breakthrough infection does not prevent complete possibility of not getting infection. So you are likely to get a milder disease, and you are likely to spread more if you are not taking care of the distancing and masking. So that thing should continue.
Another benefit of vaccines, of course, is that they might actually shorten the length of illness for many individuals who actually do become infected despite having been vaccinated.
Yes, certainly that is an advantage of being vaccinated. But as I said, that the disadvantage would be that the symptoms would be mild and you would ignore it, and then you will spread it to more people or maybe to your family members. So one has to be.
So, are you then saying all individuals with breakthrough infections can actually spread the virus?
Yes, because even if it's a mild disease, you will be carrying live virus and you can spread.
Right. Are some individuals more at risk for breakthrough infections? You were making that point about diabetic patients and so on. So, who needs to be more careful even after double vaccination?
Diabetics, elderly, patients with other comorbidities like morbid obesity, hypertension, heart disease, chronic lung disease, immunosuppressed who have had kidney transplant or liver transplant or on certain steroids. These are the vulnerable populations. They must be very, very careful.
All right, let me also bring in Dr. Rajiv Jayadev, who's joining us on the discussion as well, Senior Consultant Gastroenterologist and Deputy Medical Director of the Sunrise Group of Hospitals in Kochi. Dr. Jayadev, our focus has been on the Health Ministry now flagging as many as 40,000 breakthrough infections in Kerala and asking for a lot of these infection samples now to be sent for genome sequencing as well. Now, we were just talking about whether this is in fact the Delta variant resurfacing again in a sense, and that's what is causing the breakthroughs as they have been in many other countries in the world and already flagged for doing so, or is there something more that we need to worry about?
Yes, I will explain what breakthrough infections are for our viewers in just 1 minute. Anyone who has received 2 doses, if you wait 2 weeks, infection that occurs 2 weeks after the second dose is called a breakthrough infection.
Right.
Now, I saw the media report on 40,000 cases, but I'm not sure if 40,000 being the numerator, what the denominator is. Are we talking about first dose vaccinated or second dose vaccinated?
Well, we have
now,
some data from a single district in Kerala, which is Pathanamthitta, and there it appears as though 15,000 patients who have received 1 dose of the vaccine have been infected, and about 5,000 who have received both doses are infected. That is just, as far as Pathanamthitta is concerned, we are still to get information about the other 20,000 odd cases.
Yes. And as I mentioned, for the number you mentioned, I've done both calculations for you.
Right.
So if you look at the 40,000 that you initially mentioned, if you assume it is the second dose, if you assume that it is a well-defined, what is called a breakthrough infection after second dose, then the percentage is 0.6%.
Right.
And if we take all comers, that is all the people who received at least 1 dose, then it is 0.25%.
Right.
Now, if you see the published data on reinfections in India, breakthrough infections in India, these are primarily among frontline workers and healthcare workers who are heavily exposed to this virus in their everyday life by virtue of their profession. Now, in their series, you will see ranges of around 8 to 12%. The Vellore series is around 10%. That is, seems to Vellore is the largest trial that I can see. So the reinfection rate is in fact quite high. In fact, disappointingly high for all vaccines all around the world. The news is coming in from Indonesia with huge numbers of healthcare workers turning positive. They're not getting sick, but they're turning positive, and vaccination camps in Indonesia had to be closed down, the mass vaccination camps. You saw that in the news. The same sort of news is coming in from the US with plenty of healthcare workers and others coming down with healthcare infections. And we, in our regular meetings with our doctors, we monitor the situation, and we're seeing exactly the same situation here on the ground. Not only healthcare workers, but regular people as well coming down with breakthrough infection. But I must also emphasize that for a numerator, what is more important is what the denominator is. If the denominator is very large, then the percentage is lower. So the percentages based on our discussion here will be a little up or below 1%. So it is not hugely alarming, and it is not out of line with published data. Now, for the non-medically adept individual who is watching the show, all I can say is coronaviruses tend to jump through vaccination. They do cause infection in the nose and throat, but very few of them, in fact, develop severe infections. Yes, there are cases of severe infections, as Dr. Mehta mentioned. People who are really old and frail, people who have severe diabetes, yes, some of them are coming down with severe breakthrough infections as well, but those are a tiny number. Vaccines do work. For the most part, they prevent severe disease, and that is the most important part of vaccination.
Dr. Mehta, quick last word from you. So mask up, mask up, mask up, even if you've taken 2 vaccine doses?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think, as rightly said, the breakthrough infections can happen, and masking is the only way those people will not spread it to others also. Not only getting themselves, but even spreading to others. So we must continue with all the precautions and continue getting vaccinated.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you both very much indeed for joining us on the show.